Jurgen Klopp is absolutely cooking with these lineups, man. So nice to see a functional midfield every single game. And the bench looked so good too. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, we will be reviewing the Liverpool West Ham game today at Anfield. Liverpool ended up winning 3-1. And let's start with pre-game. Before the game started, Trent Alexander-Arnold was still out. He didn't even make the squad. It feels like he's coming back soon. And in the next week or so, we should be seeing him come back. There was no need to risk him. We had enough options. And that's how it was for Trent Alexander-Arnold. Moving on to Thiago Alcantara. Still injured. Forever injured. He won't be coming back. And I have lost absolutely any faith that we will ever be seeing Thiago play in the Liverpool kit ever again. There was a surprising move with the back line. Obviously, Alisson started. There was Joel Matip as right centre-back. I expected Ibrahima Konate, the big guy, strong in the air. A little bit clumsy, but always available and good and strong in the air. As against this West Ham team, it was probably what was needed. But Jurgen Klopp went with Joel Matip instead. Probably a fitness issue. At right back, Joe Gomez played. With Trent Alexander-Arnold out, it was the only decision that he had to make was, does he go with Bajcetic as an inverted right back or Gomez? With the type of game it is, we know there's long balls coming in. A lot of aerial duels needed. Joe Gomez was the one who got given the nod. Centre back, Virgil van Dijk. Left back, Andrew Robertson. It makes sense. Virgil van Dijk coming back from his red card. Moving on to the midfield, we had Alexis McAllister, Curtis Jones and Dominik Szoboszlai. The main midfield for Jurgen Klopp this season, and one that it looks like will be the main midfield going on for the rest of the season. A lot of work off the ball, hard workers off the ball, absolute dogs in the midfield, but on the ball they are absolutely brilliant and full of composure. Going up front is where Jurgen Klopp had a decision to make. Does he go with Diogo Jota and Gakpo, seeing as though Nunez and Diaz played 90 minutes in the Europa League, or does he stick with Nunez and Diaz? I think he made the correct decision. We needed the pace and great technical ability that Luis Diaz has, and we needed the strength and absolute electricity that Darwin Nunez has up front, alongside Mohamed Salah. I love Jota and Gakpo, but for me, these two bring proper energy and firepower up front. I predicted the game to be 3-0 before the game. I forgot Liverpool love to concede. We always concede. And so I should have probably said 3-1. Let's move on to the first half. But before we do, why have you not subscribed yet? Most of the people who watch my videos have not subscribed. Like, comment, and share your thoughts on the game down below. And I want to be seeing that you've pressed the subscribe button now. I will be posting consistently. Let's move on to the first half now. First half, the first 10 minutes, every game we have played, we have been poor. We have no control in the game. Alexis McAllister was still adjusting to that 6th role, and he was getting beat by Paqueta too many times in the duels. And we were allowing so many crosses in the half spaces. If there's one thing you don't want against West Ham, is to allow them to cross the ball from the half spaces. We survived because Alisson made the craziest save against Souček, which was a ridiculous save, as always, from Ali. And the second one was Antonio had a header in the box that he completely fluffed his lines. By that point, Liverpool saw the danger and started sorting it out. I was only disappointed by the passive defending so far in the game by Joel Matip and Joe Gomez. They were on their back foot, but improved as the half went on. And Van Dijk, as always, imperious at the back. He is such a leader at the back and so important. Liverpool grew into the game as Szoboszlai came deeper to support McAllister. It allowed greater progression of the ball, faster progression, and our rest defence was much better at this point. A great move from Nunez once again. Held the ball up like he has been. I spoke about it in the Wolves game. I spoke about it in the Europa League game. His hold-up play has gone up a level. Holds the ball up well. Finds Luis Diaz. Makes a run of Diaz. Gets it back and flicks it towards Salah. And Salah beats his man and wins a penalty. Salah, of course, converts a penalty. It's another game and is another contribution for the Egyptian king. It's getting absolutely tiring. So good. Every single season. So much disrespect on his name, but he shows it every season. He's committed, he's motivated, and he's always at his best. After this, Liverpool were in cruise control, dominating the space, dominating possession. Rest defence was good, dealing with Antonio with ease, and Szoboszlai was really controlling in the middle. Then comes where Liverpool go to sleep. There's always a moment in the game where Liverpool go to sleep. It was a great chest down from Bowen to find Antonio. Antonio found Soufal, and Soufal again allowed to cross in the half spaces. You do not allow West Ham crosses from there, but we allowed it. Ball comes in, and Jared Bowen with an absolutely brilliant diving header. I saw some people blaming Van Dijk for that, but I'm sorry. That's just a very good header from Jared Bowen. At the end of the half, we went back into control. Jones scored a beautiful goal to give us the lead, but it was offside. At this point, there were a couple players that could have been subbed. Alexis Mac Allister was poor at the 6 at this point. Joel Matip was a bit back foot defending, and I didn't like that. And Luis Diaz wasn't doing too much in the box. So if Jurgen Klopp wanted something different, I could have seen Luis Diaz coming off at that point. Let's move on to the second half. Moving on to the second half, and for me, we started this second half with real intensity, as we always have been doing in recent games. Compared to the first half, the second half is completely different. That Jurgen Klopp halftime team talk must be hitting this season, because the way we come out, we are flying. Alexis Mac Allister was finally winning all the second balls. He was winning his duels, and Szoboszlai again running the show in the middle. He's an absolute engine. I'm genuinely running out of superlatives for this guy. Van Dijk and Matip were now front-footed, so we were aggressive. The lines move forward. We're ready to press. We're not tired. We're ready to go again. And at this point now, Liverpool sustaining pressure. Balls in the air. Van Dijk imperious. The disrespect on this guy's name is ridiculous, and I say it all the time. But in the air, he is unbelievable. I think he won 11 out of 13 of his aerial duels. Salah, back to his best. He was doing back heels with his right foot, back heels with his left foot. The ball circulation was crazy when it was at his feet. Absolutely brilliant, and it was just so good to watch. And at this point, the pressure is continuing and continuing. And then Liverpool get their second. Alexis Mac Allister has the ball in the 6. He's looking for a pass. No options available. And he pings a chip into the box. But this was so controlled and beautiful. Our number 6 is playing balls like this. This is how you know our midfield has improved. Henderson could never play a ball like this. Mac Allister over the top. Nunez with a beautiful finish. Bearing in mind, 5 minutes earlier, everyone was going nuts at Nunez because he missed an absolute sitter in front of goal. But this is him. He doesn't stop. His head doesn't go down. He's always ready to fight. And he has confidence. He's on fire. And that's my striker. Darwin Nunez made it 2-1. The game ended later on. Robertson got a corner. Crossed it in. Van Dijk at the back post. And I don't think you guys have picked it up. Or you may have picked it up. But recently, our corner routine has changed a bit. We're always looking for Van Dijk at the back post. And instead of Van Dijk headering it towards goal, he tries to header it back into a dangerous position. And this time it worked. And you could see him celebrating afterwards that finally it worked. Diogo Jota scores at the back post. My poacher, my FIFA king, absolute king on FIFA. 3-1, Diogo Jota. West Ham, to their credit, excellent team. It's not an easy win. They are actually a very well-drilled side. They play on the back foot, but they're always strong in the counter-attack. Lucas Paqueta, for as good as our midfield was, absolutely shat on us. What an absolutely... Thank God Man City did not sign this guy, because he would have been a problem under Pep Guardiola. But I must say, after the first 15 minutes, as always, every single game, Jurgen Klopp will definitely want to be looking at these first 15 minutes. But after that, Liverpool were excellent. Let's move on to the best performers and who can improve going on to our next games. My man of the match, Darwin Nunez. You might be a little bit surprised. Szoboszlai played well, Joe Gomez played well, Salah played well, of course. But why is he my man of the match? Because his hold-up play is absolutely elite. And he showed it again. That first goal, he's involved. The second goal, he's involved. The best chances of the game, he is always involved. And that's what I want my striker to do. That's what my number 9 needs to do. He needs to be involved. He's so much more convincing in his touches, in his passing. He's become the perfect link-up man for Luis Diaz and Mohamed Salah. And his running in behind, on top of that link-up play, is the best in football alongside Erling Haaland. He won the game with a composed finish after a beautiful pass from Mac Allister, which we spoke about earlier. On to number 2, Dominik Szoboszlai. Like I said earlier, I have run out of superlatives for this guy. He ran the midfield once again, and honestly, he is genuinely so quickly as well, making a name for himself as one of the best midfielders in the Premier League. Szoboszlai, Nunez and Salah. These 3 players are the ones that currently have me on the edge of my seat every single game. They will pull off some crazy moves, and I just love the arrogance Szoboszlai plays with. Did you guys see the back heels he was pulling off in the game? When he's slowing down the play, when he's just mocking his opponent. He's in the lead, he's playing it slowly, he knows what his next move is. 92nd minute, This guy has ran the most on the pitch. Absolute engine. 92nd minute. Naif Agued looks like he's going to get the ball. He puts on the burners, wins the ball, wins a free kick and relieves all pressure from Liverpool. And that's what I need in my midfielder. This guy is a true Jurgen Klopp midfielder. Number 3. And this might be one that some people, well, they'll definitely agree with. But you might not have expected me to say it. But Mr. Joe Gomez, after all the injuries he's had this season, has been an absolute beast of a defender. Whether that's centre-back, whether that's right-back. When we've needed him, he has stepped up. And he has been brilliant this season. So much more composed. So much more front-footed in his defending. And he played that right-back role perfectly. Not just as a defender, but as an offensive player. His ball control, his ball retention, his passes going up front. But the best part was, there was one moment, it comes to him and he done a dirty turn to take out 2 players. These are the type of things he needs to do more if he's going to play that right back role. I love that he was given a more conventional right back role rather than trying this inverted stuff with Joe Gomez. And he supported Matip against Antonio perfectly. These were my 3 best performers of the day. Players and things Liverpool need to improve on. Number 1, Alexis McAllister in the 6th. When the game starts, he looks lost at times, and it's something that you see mainly in the first half, and in the second half he really grows into the role. He's improved immensely, trust me, because at the start of the season it looked like, oh, we really don't have a 6, and now it's looking like something that we can definitely build upon when you see the second half. But I think it's better when he's in a double pivot. One of Szoboszlai or Curtis Jones come closer to him, and then we have much better circulation of the ball and much better rest defense, which is the most important thing. Because when we used to get hit on transitions last year, none of our midfielders were involved. He was losing all his duels in the first half, but in the second half, absolutely brilliant. So don't get me wrong, I'm not saying he needs to hear he's been poor. No, he was a good player. But in that first half, when it's the first 15-20 minutes and it's a tricky start, we need him to be more comfortable in that 6th role if we are going to persist with this. And the second thing, which I just spoke about, the first 15-20 minutes of a game. We are all over the place. We're just running like headless chickens. We're allowing so many gaps in the middle. We're allowing crosses into the box. And it feels like we're always going to concede first before we actually score. Yes, I know we scored first, but it looked like we were going to concede. If Antonio was a better striker, that goes in. If Souček, or not even Souček's fault, if Alisson wasn't the best goalkeeper in the world, then that first one goes in. And then we're in trouble because we're behind. You can't keep coming back. Yes, we are mentality monsters. Yes, we have probably the best attack in the Premier League. But why not just go 1-0 up rather than going 1-0 down? And then conceding. And then having to come, second half, having to come out again. No, let's start the game off right. Be solid, tight. Let's stay 0-0 and go on. And then go 2-3-0. It's fine. We can do it. We can definitely do it. It's just something that Jurgen Klopp needs to work on with the coaching team and with the team to get them focused from minute 1. Finally, it's another big win, which puts us in a very good position in the first 6 games. Before the season started with no DM, honestly, taking 16 out of 18 points with a Chelsea and Newcastle away fixture in them 6 games is absolutely brilliant from Jurgen Klopp and his men. I must say, before the season started, I was thinking, oh, it's going to be a tough start. We're going to get used to it. It's an absolutely brilliant start. And there's still so many improvements that can be made to this team, which is what makes it so exciting. Because we genuinely can fight for the title. Yes, we need a DM. Probably need a centre-back. We're probably a centre-back short. Obviously, if Joe Gomez and Joel Matip keep playing like this, then it's fine for one season. But I can genuinely see us fighting for the title if we can just keep this form going with performances improving, tightening the defence a little bit, and we will be good. We just need to get better at game state and controlling the game. But as this midfield plays together, I'm expecting it to get better anyway. Jurgen Klopp especially, big shout out to him this season. In-game movements, in-game substitutions, in-game tactical tweaks have been on point this season. And his substitutions have made a real difference. It's lovely to see. Long may it continue. There are many more games to go before even thinking about actually being in a title race. But the club is definitely going in the right direction. If you like this video, then please give it a like. Comment your thoughts down below about the game. And like I said before, subscribe and hit the notification bell because I will be posting consistently.